Join me as I take on the challenge of crushing my self-doubt for good, using tips and wisdom from a life mentor. Self-doubt is a universal human experience that can creep into our lives at any moment, making us question our abilities, our worth, and our place in the world. It's a nagging feeling that can hold us back from pursuing our dreams, taking risks, and living the life we truly desire. Self-doubt can manifest in many ways, from the quiet whispers in our minds to the loud, crippling fears that paralyze us. In our personal lives, it can prevent us from speaking up, setting boundaries, and asking for what we want. In our professional lives, it can stop us from applying for that promotion, pitching our ideas, or taking on new challenges. It's a silent saboteur that can undermine our confidence, erode our self-worth, and keep us stuck in a cycle of mediocrity. We're often led to believe that successful people are immune to self-doubt, but the truth is, even the most accomplished individuals struggle with it. The difference is, self-doubt is so prevalent in today's society that it's almost become the norm. We're constantly bombarded with messages telling us we're not enough, that we need to be better, that we're somehow broken and need to be fixed. Social media doesn't help either. We're constantly comparing our behind-the-scenes moments to everyone else's highlight reels, making it easy to feel like we're just not good enough. And it's not just individuals. Entire industries are built on making us feel like we need to be improved, from weight loss programs to self-help books. The problem is, self-doubt can be incredibly stifling. When we let it take over, we start to play it safe, sticking to what we know and avoiding any risks that might lead to failure. We start to second-guess ourselves, wondering if we're truly cut out for this whole adulting thing. And before we know it, we're stuck in a rut, feeling like we're not living up to our potential. So what's the solution? How can we break free from the grip of self-doubt and start living the life we truly desire? One of the most powerful strategies I've learned from my life mentor is to identify when self-doubt is creeping in. It's easy to get caught up in those negative thoughts and feelings, but once you become aware of them, you can start to shift your perspective. For me, it's all about paying attention to my inner dialogue. Am I speaking to myself with kindness and compassion, or am I tearing myself down with criticism and judgment? Once I become aware of those negative thoughts, I can start to reframe them, turning them into positive affirmations that lift me up instead of tear me down. Another strategy is to focus on my strengths rather than my weaknesses. When we're caught up in self-doubt, it's easy to get bogged down in what's not working, rather than what is. But when we focus on our strengths, we start to build confidence and momentum. We start to remember why we're in this game in the first place, because we're passionate about it, because we're good at it, because we're making a difference. And that confidence can be incredibly empowering, helping us to overcome even the most debilitating self-doubt. I want to share with you a pivotal moment that changed my perspective on self-doubt forever. It was during a particularly challenging time in my life when I was feeling overwhelmed and uncertain about my future. I was speaking with my life mentor, and she asked me a simple yet profound question. What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? It was like a light bulb went off in my head. I realized that I was letting fear hold me back, rather than taking bold action towards my dreams. That question gave me the courage to take a leap of faith, to pursue my passions even in the face of uncertainty. Since then, I've made it a habit to regularly ask myself that question. What would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? It's a powerful reminder that our dreams are worth pursuing, no matter how scary or uncertain they may seem. And I want to encourage you to ask yourself that question as well. What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? What's holding you back from taking that first step towards your wildest dreams? In conclusion, crushing self-doubt is all about shifting our perspective, focusing on our strengths, and taking bold action towards our dreams. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Because when we overcome our self-doubt, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities. If you've ever struggled with self-doubt, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. And if you're looking for more personal development tips and wisdom, be sure to check out my next video on building resilience. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.
In the quiet moments when self-doubt creeps in, remember that it's a universal experience, not a reflection of your work. Each time you face uncertainty, you have an opportunity to grow stronger and more resilient. Embrace your imperfections, for they are part of what makes you uniquely you. Trust in your journey, celebrate your progress, and know that even the most accomplished individuals have faced their own shadows of doubt. Let self-doubt be a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block, guiding you towards self-discovery and empowerment. Keep moving forward. You are capable of more than you realize.